Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling start to Winning Wednesday. We have had an awesome morning so far this morning, and it's not even 9 a.m. Oh my goodness. Yes, we have been out. We've been for a wonderful walk. Great skies this morning. Got a couple of great photos. I'm going to post them shortly of the morning sky instead of the evening sky. The sun has actually just broken through the clouds. Just as I was coming live, the sun started streaming in. So, and the wind's starting to pick up a little bit, but it's all good. So today is Winning Wednesday. What are your wins for the week? Let us know in the comments below, because we always love to celebrate wins. Wins are a great thing to celebrate because you're in that hype in that moment. And the best thing about wins is don't stop, keep moving. You've got that feeling of the win that you've just had. Use that for your forward momentum, because every time, remember that feeling. You made a victory. Yay. Now what do you do with it? You keep moving forward. You don't stop. We keep moving. So take that feeling of winning. It could be that you've won a big contract. It could be you've won a little contract. It could be you finally got a process to work. Yay. It could be, a product you've been trying to release for ages. You finally got it released. Yay. Keep moving forward. Don't stop. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. It's like a train. You think of it as a train. You get that idea. The spark goes. You start moving forward, and the wheels slow. You start pulling. Think of a steam engine train. They're always fun because they take a while to get up to speed. But you start to pull out of the station, and the wheels are slowly turning. And then you start gathering that momentum as things start going, and then you get those little bumps along the way where you have got to switch tracks. Those little obstacles. So you have to switch a track to go around that obstacle. But you keep that forward momentum going, and then it starts building and building and building, and then you have the win. Yes, but what do? You don't just slam the brakes on. You keep going. You keep going. So think of a steam train, just starting out of the station, and you're just slowly building up that speed, and that when you finally hit that full speed, that is when you get your win. But you don't slow down. You keep going. Keep going. Yes, there's going to be times when you have to slow down to get around an obstacle. That's okay, as long as you keep moving. But keep that speed going. Go, 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 go. And you'll have one win after another, after another, after another, and you keep clickety-clack, 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 clickety-clack. I feel like I'm going for a ride on a steam train now. I have to figure that one out. Oh, there's that one up at Flagstaff. Or is it just out of Flagstaff that goes up to the Grand Canyon? That would be a cool one to do. I have to look into that. Anyway, I have to see if that might be an overnight trip. I have to think about that one. Anyway, so on to telling your story. How is your story? How is your story writing going? Oh my gosh, I would love to hear your stories. If you want to share them with me, just private message me. Would love to hear your stories that you're working on, because everybody has such an incredible story inside of them. You may think you don't, but you do. So today's question is, what extracurricular activities were involved in, like sports, music, drama, debate team, the chess club. Oh, jeepers. Mine's gone blank. The horticulture. We had a horticultural club at our school. They actually planted gardens. It was really cool. I've heard of schools where they actually plant the gardens, they grow their vegetables and their fruits and stuff, and it all gets put into the cafeteria. Great. I mean, that's awesome. But what extracurricular activities were you involved in school? And the second part of that question is, are you still involved in them in some way today? So do you still continue playing that sport that you played at school? Or are you now coaching in that sport you used to play in school? With music, have you taken that further? Is it now a career for you? What about drama? Did you start off as a drama student that ended up going on stage as a professional actor? Or do you participate in local drama clubs? What extracurricular activities are you still involved with today? Let's see. In school, I played netball. We did a lot of PE. Let's see. I wasn't on the school netball team, but I did like playing netball. Let's see. I did drama in high school. I actually started first time I was on stage for a school play And it was just in front of the class. It was just one that we had to practice. It was in front of the class. I was 7. Yeah, 7. I have to think back on that one. Can't remember what it was, but I know I had to have a, the old shower cap type hat. I had to have one of those. I had this dress thing, and I'd remembered and I had learned my lines. This is the first time I'd ever been on, and the first time I recall ever being on stage was at that point, and it was in front of in the classroom we were in was 3 different classes. It was standard 2 through 4. I'm trying to think what years those would be. Let's see. I was 8. No, it would have been 8. 8, 9, and 10-year-olds. Yeah. So 8, 9, and 10-year-olds in the class, and the teacher he was a really cool teacher, Mr. Bacher. He was Dutch, and he was awesome. He actually taught us to say good morning, good afternoon in Dutch, and sometimes during our social study lessons we had to talk in Dutch as well. Don't ask me, I don't remember a single thing. I mean, that was years ago. Never used it after that. So he was really cool. But we had to do this class play, and I had the lead character for it, and I learned my lines. I remember sitting with my dad and him taking me through my lines and helping me with that. And my mum helped me as well. And I was the only one that took this seriously. Everybody else was sort of like, they kind of learned their lines. And I was the only one that had actually learned all my lines, and I had the most parts. And there was only a couple of times I needed to be prompted as to what my line was. But I got hooked at that point, and loved being up in front of people doing speeches and all of that sort of thing. Later on, when I went to a different school, we had to do speeches and stuff. And so I was, within, actually I did speeches at that school too. I don't recall doing speeches. No, I don't think I did do speeches then. It was later on when we moved to the next school where we started doing the speeches on famous people and stuff. And I used to love getting up in front of people and doing my speeches. And funnily enough, I learned that that's actually one of the traits that I have in my DNA, is that I do not have a fear of public speaking. I still get nervous before I go on stage to speak in front of people, and sometimes I will speak faster, and I have to remember to slow down, because when I get nervous or excited, my accent comes out even stronger, and nobody has a chance of understanding me, except for those from New Zealand, maybe because there's an American accent mixed into it. But yeah, so I did drama at schools. Had a couple of good plays there that we did. In my youth group, we were always doing musicals. Loved that. What other ones did I get involved with? Then there was gymnastics that I did after school from the age of 13 all through high school and beyond. Just trying to think, what do I have that I started in school? We actually went to a math competition one time. I hate math. I actually went to a math competition one time. We didn't do too bad. We didn't get placed in first, second, or third, but we didn't do too bad. That was in high school. I mean, yeah, and was that the year I learned calculus? No, I think we were still in algebra at that point. I didn't understand algebra in high school. We had to go on and do calculus the following year. I did not understand calculus that year. I basically failed the final national exam for the year in math, but because I got a 37 or a 47, but it was enough to give me the national certificate, because you had to have a minimum of 300 points between your top 4 subjects. You had to take the top 4 subjects, add them together, and if you got 300 points, then you got that annual certificate. And that 37 or 47 that I got on that year-end exam got me my university entrance certification. So I kind of flunked out of math at that point, but I got it. But I passed in a way. If that makes sense. So, what sort of extracurricular activities were you into at school? Like sports, music, drama. How am I involved today? I'm still involved in the speech side of things. I get on and talk to you guys every day. I have so for 742 days in a row, twice a day, after the 17th of March last year. But yeah, trying to think what other stuff I used to do at school. High school would have been the busiest one. But it was mainly gymnastics. Coaching gymnastics after school, did that on Tuesday nights. did it on Tuesday nights. Was it Thursday nights? No, it was Tuesday nights. Because Thursday night was late night shopping. So it was Tuesday nights. You going late night shopping? What's that? So growing up in New Zealand, stores were open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. That was it. So each town, city, and everything would choose a night that they were open later, so those that would work during the day had a chance to go shopping, because we didn't have weekend shopping at that point. Places were closed on the weekends, and so the late night was so that those that had been working and weren't able to get to the stores during the day had a chance to do so. And this is well before weekend shopping. We started opening on Saturdays, then eventually Sundays. But places would have late night shopping. And our little town of Waitara, during my high school years, our late night shopping was Thursday. And then New Plymouth, which was the major city closest to us, their late night shopping was Fridays. So, yeah, just a little trivia for you. But anyway, so think about what extracurricular activities like sports, music, drama, debate teams, chess clubs, horticultural groups that were you involved with during your school years, and do you still participate in some way today, and how? I'm going to put an "and how" on the end of that one. So anyway, I'm out of here. I got to rock. I got to go get on a call. So I'll have a super fantastic Sparkling Winning Wednesday. Let us know what your wins are for the week, and don't forget to go search the memory about that stuff you used to do. You know, what clubs did you used to belong to in school? We actually had a couple of friends and I, we created our own club. It was 15 cents to join it. That was all we paid. So in our kitty, we had 45 cents. That was it. But we had a blast. We'd go have our little secret meetings. We had a little secret club notebook that would write our minutes in for our meetings and everything else. And it was 15 cents to join the club. And our kitty was 45 cents. It was a nice school. Oh my gosh, I'd forgotten about that. It was Sam and Julie. That was an awesome club. Don't ask me, it was just a nothing club. It was just three of us hanging out and just having our little secret meetings. And we had a little red notebook that would write the minutes of our meetings in. And we had 45 cents in the kitty. We never spent it. Actually, I think we did at the end of the year. At the end of the school year, I think we splurged. Yeah, we went and got some popsicles and bags of chips or something, and they had a little end of year party. But anyway, I'm out of here. Go have a super fantastic sparkling. Oh, there's another question for tomorrow. We'll go write that one down. Have a super fantastic Sparkling Winning Wednesday, and we'll catch you back here this evening at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Hey, konera.